Welcome to Psych with Sigmund, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology and explore the lives of the pioneers who shaped our understanding of human behavior. Today we're going to talk about Charles Spearman, a British psychologist who made significant contributions to our understanding of intelligence and cognitive abilities. Charles Spearman was born on September 10, 1863, in London, England. Growing up in a family of modest means, Spearman's early life was marked by a strong emphasis on education. His parents, though not wealthy, valued learning and encouraged their son to pursue his academic interests. Spearman's curiosity and love for learning led him to attend the University of Leipzig, where he studied philosophy, psychology, and physics. It was during his time at the University of Leipzig that Spearman became fascinated with the concept of intelligence. He was particularly drawn to the work of Francis Galton, a British scientist who had proposed that intelligence was a measurable trait. Spearman's interest in intelligence led him to pursue a career in psychology, and he eventually earned his PhD in psychology from the University of Leipzig. Spearman's most significant contribution to psychology is his theory of general intelligence, also known as G. According to Spearman, G is an underlying factor that explains individual differences in cognitive abilities. He proposed that G is a unitary construct that underlies all cognitive tasks and that it is responsible for the positive correlations between different cognitive abilities. Imagine two individuals, John and Jane, who take a series of cognitive tests, including math problems, reading comprehension, and spatial reasoning. Spearman would argue that their performance on these tests is not independent, but rather is influenced by a common underlying factor, which he called G. In other words, if John performs well on math problems, he is also likely to perform well on reading comprehension and spatial reasoning tasks, because all of these tasks require the same underlying cognitive ability. Spearman's theory of G was groundbreaking because it challenged the prevailing view of intelligence at the time. Many psychologists believed that intelligence was composed of multiple independent abilities, such as verbal comprehension, spatial reasoning, and memory. Spearman's work showed that these abilities are not independent, but rather are correlated with each other, and that they can be explained by a single underlying factor. One of the key methods that Spearman used to develop his theory of G was factor analysis. Factor analysis is a statistical technique that allows researchers to identify underlying patterns in data. By applying factor analysis to cognitive test scores, Spearman was able to identify a common factor that underlies performance on different cognitive tasks. Spearman's work on intelligence has had a lasting impact on psychology and education. His theory of G has been influential in the development of intelligence tests, such as the Stanford Binet Intelligence Scale and the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale. These tests are still widely used today to assess cognitive abilities and identify individuals with exceptional abilities. In addition to his work on intelligence, Spearman was also a pioneer in the field of statistics. He developed several statistical techniques, including factor analysis and correlation analysis, which are still widely used today in psychology and other fields. Despite his significant contributions to psychology, Spearman's work has not been without controversy. Some critics have argued that his theory of G is too narrow, and that it does not account for the complexity and diversity of human cognitive abilities. Others have criticized his use of factor analysis, arguing that it is a flawed statistical technique that can produce misleading results. In conclusion, Charles Spearman was a pioneering psychologist who made significant contributions to our understanding of intelligence and cognitive abilities. His theory of G reminds us that intelligence is a complex and multifaceted construct, and that it cannot be reduced to a single score or metric. It also highlights the importance of education and cognitive training in developing human potential. Spearman's story is also a testament to the power of curiosity and perseverance. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks throughout his career, he remained committed to his research and his passion for learning. His legacy serves as an inspiration to anyone who is interested in pursuing a career in psychology or education. If you enjoyed learning about Charles Spearman, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.